Greetings, citizens. It's Failure to Report here, and let's talk about Star Citizen 3.0 PTU. First and foremost, if you're a diehard Star Citizen fan, and you know you are, you know who you are, like, you should exit out of this video. You don't want to hear the things I'm going to say, and honestly, you aren't going to accept them, even if you do keep listening. And I don't have the will nor the energy to bother arguing with you. So, just go. I'm honestly not even going to put in the effort in the comment section, and that's usually something that I fucking enjoy. So, just exit out now, go listen to somebody like Noobifier or Board Gamer who are like self-proclaimed mouthpieces of CIG, and they can fucking stroke your Star Citizen hard on for you, because I'm not about to fucking do that. So, as I would assume everybody watching this knows by now, CIG has released 3.0 to the public test universe over Thanksgiving, leaving pretty much everyone shocked, as I don't think anybody was expecting 3.0 to leave Evocati before January, much less December. The initial PTU wave was for first wave PTU testers, and within 24 hours of that invite, CIG opened the floodgate and allowed all concierge and anyone who was a subscriber or became a subscriber access to 3.0 PTU. With that, the zombie horde of Star Citizen backers went from meandering nearly dead, as seen in The Walking Dead, to ravenous, bloodlusted horde of World War Z as they overwhelmed the servers and spent most of Thanksgiving night breaking things. Moospeed and I started playing Star Citizen 3.0 at around like 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time until around 6 p.m. or 6 a.m. Eastern last night, this morning, whatever you want to call it. And the majority of that time was spent either having server connection issues, as CIG servers were either brought down intentionally to fix things or simply just crashed. The other portion of that time was spent crashing to lobby or desktop, and it was an incredible first step into 3.0, to be sure. So, after a whole truckload of fuck tonnage levels of perseverance, Moospeed and I were able to meet up in the verse a few times. However, we never really managed to get anything done. We were just constantly plagued by bugs such as like opening our Moby Glass, which you need to do literally everything in Star Citizen now. We would become like paralyzed in place and unable to move, and you would have to literally spam your Moby Glass, open it and close it, open it and close it until you regain control of your character. Or having our ships fail to regenerate boost fuel, which is now your actual fuel. And so our constellation, the one time we did get to a planet together, literally fell out of the sky like a fucking brick and crash landed, stranding us on Daymar until we committed lover's suicide together in the barren wasteland of that empty fucking planet. I'm sure I could go on and on over like the different bugs and terrible new mechanics and crashes and what have you, but I honestly, I don't even have the energy at this point. I feel like I just watched someone kill my toddler son in front of me, like real slow and torturously. Like Chris Roberts responded to someone's question a few weeks ago, regarding player criticisms on the game, in terms of like direction and his leadership, and his comment was essentially like, "Well, I don't know, people say this and that, but in the end, millions of people paid me to make my game, not yours. So there." No, you fat-faced fuck. Millions of people paid you to make their dream game because there was nobody else out there making a space sim anymore, and not to the level that we all wanted. In an age where PC games were like constantly being watered down for the benefit of consoles, and no one was innovating or trying to push the limits of our rigs anymore. Chris Roberts, you have absolutely no fucking idea what people consider fun anymore, do you? Like the few immersion features that you managed to actually get into this fucking game, what do they add in terms of gameplay? It's like majority of the fucking mechanics that get added every new fucking patch are just tedious fucking things that make the gameplay feel more and more like annoying, not fun. Like, there's no depth in Star Citizen, even in 3.0. Like, 5 years into development, and the game feels shallower than fucking Pokemon Go. Like, fuck. If I wanted to play a tedious, unrewarding grindfest, I'd be streaming No Man's Sky content. I was going to go down a list of things that were wrong with Star Citizen 3.0, both in terms of bugs and issues, as well as bad gameplay mechanics. Because honestly, that's the biggest one. Like, bugs and stuff, people are just going to brush aside anyways. But 3.0 is just riddled with bad mechanics. And I figured, okay, that's what I'll highlight. That's what I'll focus on, because people will just explain away bugs. But honestly, I don't give a fuck anymore. It's clear that the man running this project is a narcissist, incapable of accepting that every idea that comes out of his brain isn't always a good one. And when the man is both creative director, CEO, and cult idol, nothing is ever going to meaningfully change in terms of direction and gameplay. So, buckle up, Buttercup, because Star Citizen is going to be milked and hoarded around to every backer and company like Intel until the money stops coming in, and then maybe Chris will finally have a finished product to release by then. But I strongly doubt it's going to be a game or enjoyable. So I've spent the last few months being pretty critical of CIG in terms of their business practices, as well as my fears regarding the direction the game was going, which was the main reason that I sold off my account. And despite having extreme reservations, I publicly said that I would dial it down and wait for 3.0. And, well, here we are. And I'm left feeling pretty fucking good about my levels of criticism and distrust in CIG. Star Citizen 3.0 is nowhere near ready for PTU launch. So the sudden out-of-nowhere move to release it to PTU, and to literally anyone who opens their wallet to subscribe to the RSI website right before the anniversary sale, really feels like hype train bait to get the devoted to spend more money, more of that sweet, sweet currency. And ironically, if fan kids are still watching this video, they're saying in the back of their head,
why would CIG release a buggy mess of 3.0 right before the anniversary sale? That doesn't even make sense, Failure. If they're gonna do it, it would hurt their sales.
No, it wouldn't, and it won't. Because you fuck cunts are so deep into double down mode that he could literally release Hello Kitty Citizen 3.0 with 2D textures, and you would still be playing it and defending it. Like, let's not pretend that the majority of Star Citizen backers aren't going to blindly defend Chris and his baby regardless, okay? For example, why the sudden bump in player capacity for servers? How did cramming 50 people in instead of 25 add to gameplay? Oh, great. Star Citizen runs like a slideshow now, but at least I can see a whole bunch more of blue circles on my HUD. Why? Because forums went batshit crazy over the leaked fucking Evocati shit, where they were showing the stress test server populations, and everybody was like,
oh my god, that's incredible! I can't wait to do that, that's gonna be so good! CIG, please!
And then CIG says, hey, we can run half the servers and stick all these guys on one, and they'll just defend any criticism of the performance for us. Woohoo! Like, fuck. Make it easier for them, why don't you? I mean, I wanted to love this shit. When I got home from Thanksgiving dinner and found out that I had a PTU invite in my email, I was totally, just completely, my body was ready to be blown away in time to dump my wallet out for the anniversary sale. Ironic timing. And maybe 2017, which for me has been the year the gaming industry churned out flops back to back to back, has made me a bitter, jaded asshole. That's totally possible. But whatever the cause was, I feel woke the fuck up. And as a result, maybe it's making me a lot more critical when I look at Star Citizen, and that's why I feel like I feel like I'm taking crazy pills and I'm the only fucking person saying, what the fuck, guys? This is fucking not okay. And everybody else is like,
Here's me landing on Daymar. Oh my god! It's so incredible!
okay, Cool. Yeah. How about the fucking 50 billion other fucking bugs and shitty fucking mechanics? And like literally, the only depth you have is like essentially still sandbox mode where you fly around and just fuck off. But everybody else is like,
Oh my god! Star Citizen!
fuck, man. So crashing my way through what little gameplay there is in 3.0, I didn't feel like I needed to defend the game or CIG anymore. I didn't feel like telling people,
Oh, but it's alpha, guys! It's gonna be great! Answer the call 2025 or TBA!
like someone watching this is going to be saying,
It's PTU, what did you expect?
well, I expected a stable functioning build. That's what I fucking expected. That's what a PTU is supposed to be. The development company's in-house, and according to Glassdoor, very well paid quality assurance team has found the majority of bugs and issues, which the dev team has had their time to handle and fucking improve on. Then they put it out to their closed player testing to further stress test and try to find anything that their QA team couldn't, because 1,000 people who work for free is obviously better than however many people are QA for RSI, CIG, whatever. And then after that period of time, has the dev teams had adequate time to like digest any issues that the closed testing comes up with, then you put it out to a PTU to further widen the net and try to catch anything that has gone unnoticed before. And that's clearly not what's happening when within the first minute of logging in, you can experience fucking just insane shit like the Mobi-Glass locking you in place and not being able to move. It's very evident at that point that you didn't follow that formula. No, because CIG doesn't need to. They have an overwhelmingly apologist player base that will literally excuse away anything they do. And it shows in their company behavior. I'm not even going to get into like the game's lack of depth or the new mechanics that don't add fun to the gameplay, or the fucking terrible fucking new flight model. I mean, I thought 2.6 was as low as things could get, but fuck me for assuming, because CIG sure showed me. Actually, you know what? I'm going to go into a couple of things because I'm not going to bother doing it in the comments, and I'm sure that fucking people will be saying dumb shit to this video. So, first of all, the HUD. It's fucking terrible. Half the time you can't fucking read it because whatever is in your background of like what you're looking at, be it in Planet or just with glare, whatever, you can't fucking see it. You can't read it. The new color choice was fucking terrible. Who the fuck picks white? Like, are you a fucking idiot? The multifunction displays, the MFDs, in most ships are fucking also terrible. You can't fucking see them. If you can see them, they're almost always defaulted to showing the same information. So if you need to, say, select a target and see what your target is and read the target information, who you have targeted, anything like that, I hope you adjusted your MFDs before flight. The inner thought context menu, which, if you don't know, that's what replaced walking up to something in default. You just push F to interact with it. Now you have to hold down F and then drag your mouse around to whatever option it is that you actually want. It isn't intuitive. Half the time you'll be trying to highlight something like the interaction point, and you won't get a context menu. And then when you do finally get it, you have to scroll through it and make sure you're clicking the right option, and it's just a fucking pain in the ass. It's not enjoyable at all. The Mobi-Glass feels like it was half thought out. It's glitchy. It's a fucking pain in the ass to navigate. And honestly, if you need to do anything in the Mobi-Glass or the inner thought context menu in a timely manner, and your life is depending on it, better get ready to respawn, fucker, because you're gonna be dead. Oxygen is fucking just everything that I thought it was gonna be. At rest, sitting in a fucking chair, you have about an hour of oxygen. If you're moving at all, that decreases. If you are moving at anything beyond the default snail speed of a walk, it decreases even more. Such gameplay. So good. Many likes. I can't wait to see what other tedious, miserable shit CIG is cooking. It's gonna be fucking incredible. The air traffic controller is completely fucked up. Half the time when you go to make a holo call to request landing, it literally like, oh hello, this is ATC, and just cuts out. And you're like, okay. And then the other half of the time, if the call does go through, the dude goes through the motions. He's like, oh hey man, yeah, landing pad. I'm totally assigning you one, bro. And then you have zero fucking indication which fucking pad you're supposed to land in. Um, I can't put the footage in because I'm making the video before 24 hours after I streamed it on Twitch, and if I did, it would violate Twitch's terms of service as an affiliate. But the video's over on Twitch if you really want to go see it. But when I was streaming last night, I went to land at Levski, and the ATC gave me a pad. He's like, yeah, man, totally. Come land at this one. And I was the only person over the station at the time. There was nobody else there. So, even though I don't see an indicator of which fucking landing pad I'm supposed to use, I see a hangar door open, and there's nobody else around. So I'm like, okay, it's this one. That's cool. I can figure that out. So I fly over with my freelancer and proceed to, you know, descend down into the hangar bay, because it's one of those roof hangar bays. And as I'm like nearing the ground, the hangar bay doors close. And the ATC's like, oh, sorry, man, I have to cancel your landing request, bro. And I'm like, okay. So now I'm stuck inside of this hangar, and the doors are closed. And I'm thinking, all right, well, doors aren't open, so I guess I need to land and I guess request takeoff when I'm done or something. Because, you know, I wanted to land and like pull out a fucking Dragonfly or a Rover or something and just, you know, fuck around a little bit. And no, the second I touch the ground, I get a criminal status. And I'm like, solid. 10 out of 10, would totally visit again. Best experience I've had so far. Every ship flies like dog shit now. I don't know what changes specifically they made from 2.6 to 3.0, but undo it because it's fucking bad. I'm sure I could keep going if I wanted to, like, write out a full comprehensive list of like bad gameplay features, bad mechanics, bugs and crashes and all that other bullshit, but I just don't want to fucking put in the effort, and these are just major things that like stand out that I can think of from last night. It's hard to fucking think of specific things because overall the entire experience was just fucking not good at all. Honestly, I think like the most fun I've had with 3.0 is right back in Arena Commander as usual, and it was fucking flying the fucking Nox in the racing module was honestly probably the most fun that I had. It was just because it's such a simple fucking thing that it just doesn't crash or have issues because you're literally just flying through fucking gates, and that's pretty much it. And the Nox is straight up so much fun to fly through the fucking the racetracks. Like, if you haven't done that yet, I strongly encourage you to go give it a try if you're at all interested in racing. It took me a little while to get used to the controls and the flight model and the way the Nox handles, but once I got it down, I think I was running times that were very comparable or better than what my times were normally in the M50, which, as everybody knows, has essentially been like the race king in the racing module for a long time. And it just reminded me of like, oh man, this one old PlayStation like hover bike racing game. It was really fucking fun. So legitimately, that was enjoyable. I had a fun time doing that. But outside of that, I can't think of anything else in 3.0 that has actually been like fun and not made me just want to fucking uninstall Star Citizen entirely. So Nox racing aside, I honestly, I'm done. I feel completely drained after, you know, a year at least since the last milestone major update to Star Citizen, and for me, 2 years since the last like major update that actually mattered to me. I I don't know, man. Like maybe by 2025 we'll start seeing the groundwork of an actual game. But 165 million in funding and this many years into development, CIG is way the fuck behind. And I absolutely feel like, Chris Roberts is in no small way a huge part of that problem. Like, with the constant fucking feature bloat and creep and him changing up game mechanics to be more immersive, as he calls it, which really translates to tedious and not fun. It's just like, where's the fucking gameplay? Like, I've tried really hard to fucking defend Star Citizen and CIG from people who are like, oh, where's the gameplay? Where's the gameplay? Because, I was one of those people who was like, it's coming in 3.0. This is going to be, our first iteration. This is going to be where we start seeing game mechanics coming online with like cargo hauling and all this other shit. And now I'm like, fuck, dude. Where the fuck's the... They're right. Where is the gameplay? Like, where's the enjoyment? Where's the fucking fun? Because it just isn't there. And I'm done apologizing for CIG. I'm done making excuses for Star Citizen. And nobody else should be either. Like, goddamn, man. This was supposed to be the update that, shut the fuck up all the fucking naysayers and the critics. And now I just feel like I'm one of them now. And that was the last fucking thing I expected out of 3.0. And the fact that CIG rushed out 3.0 to PTU just makes it even worse. Like, I feel dirty being a part of this game right now. Like, it just feels like a cash grab incentive, right? Like, it just feels like they were for one, milking $10 off of anybody who wasn't a sub, because they're obviously going to want to fucking try 3.0 for themselves. It feels like the timing was very, very intentional, that it just happened to fucking be like, hey, here's your taste of 3.0, and boom, anniversary sale. And just everything all put together leaves me feeling just wrong. I honestly don't know if I'll be making future Star Citizen content until a much later date. Because from what I can tell, there's nothing there for me in 3.0. 3.1 will be God knows how long from now. And maybe at that point I'll want to play if there's something there that like pulls me in. But I'm definitely not spending money in the anniversary sale after 3.0. I think it's fucking super shady as fuck that anniversary sale is here. The Carrack went up in price. I'm not sure if other ones went up in price as well. I think they did. I think there were other ships that got a price increase. Not because they're further along in development. Not because CIG is sticking to their fucking, originally touted fucking milestones and price increases being concept sale price, hangar ready sale price, and flight ready sale price. No, now they just increase prices whenever the fuck they want, and the community has been accepting of it. And just like loot boxes with EA, fucking, and the rest of the industry, people were okay with it, and people were like, oh, well, if you don't like it, don't buy it. And the company, being CIG in this case, every year they push the limit a little bit more and a little bit more, and the community apologizes for them and defends them, and here we are. Now they just increase the price whenever the fuck they feel like it, because they can. Did things suddenly change? Did it cost more to build a Carrack? Like, come the fuck on. It's a digital item, and you guys are defending them increasing the price arbitrarily whenever the fuck they want. Stop! This is literally how loot boxes got to where they are. And now we're with CIG fucking JPEG prices creeping up whenever the fuck CIG feels like raising it, and people pay for it. And it just sucks seeing the industry being what it is, and it sucks seeing the CIG player, like the Star Citizen player base being what it is. Like, we just keep enabling and keep enabling, and at what point does it stop? At what point do things change? How fucking absurd does CIG have to act before suddenly everybody's like, oh, we care now, after things are way the fuck too late? Like, goddamn, man. I really don't know. I'm taking a lot of time off from Star Citizen. I don't know if I'm ever coming back at this point. The state of 3.0, the way that they released it, the fact that they released it to PTU, just everything in general leaves me feeling like this is not what I backed, and this is not the company that I got off of the ground with thousands of dollars that I spent my money to help this company become a fucking company, become more than fucking 6 dudes in a fucking basement. It's just fucking depressing. And the fact that the community acts the way they are, even the fucking subreddit is essentially fucking RSI forums at this point. And that was like the last haven. That was the last place I could go and like read mostly unbiased shit. And at this point, the subreddit is just fucking turning into the same toxic community that RSI forums were. I'm done. I just feel done. So, I mean, maybe you're enjoying 3.0. I don't wish misery. I don't wish this fucking level of depression on anybody, but for me personally, 3.0 has just been a catastrophic disappointment, and I just, man, I don't know. I feel done. Like, I guess that's all I can say. Like, I feel done. If nothing else, Star Citizen is the last early access game I will ever back until they have a fucking playable product in front of them, until an early access game has reached a point where I can pick it up and be like, yes, okay, this game is essentially mostly fleshed out, and they're literally just going through the tail end of beta stuff and seeing, you know, finishing up their product. Like that I might consider backing, but a game as far back in development as Star Citizen, I will never touch again. I would never do that again, much less like of any quantifiable amount of money. Like I don't feel safe spending like $20 on early access games at this point, much less thousands. So I do have Chris Roberts and CIG and Star Citizen to thank for that, if nothing else. Yeah, I don't know. I'm FailureToReport, and this is how I feel about 3.0.
Checkpoint. 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 Lab complete. Checkpoint.